The wave must break in order to merge with the ocean. And 10 years ago, before I start off explaining my journey, I want to add that whatever word I use to refer to God, whether it's God, whether it's Shakti, whether it's Source, please feel free to get rid of the energetic load that's on it. We all have our own worthy, not worthy, how do you say that? We all have our own way of speaking out to God. I'm not referring to any sorts of religion. I'm just stating out source, God, Shakti. So 10 years ago, my initiation started. I was very much still identified with, if we continue the analogy, very much identified with the wave. I was already for a few years very much interested into spirituality. My psychic and clairvoyant gifts were already online. So I had already a practice. I was giving people energetic readings. So it wasn't that I came out of a complete oblivion, but 10 years ago, Shakti started awakening in me, and I completely was brought to my knees. At that point, I been made been made humble beyond measures. I lost my job, I lost my house, I lost my relationship, I lost contact with my family. And when this occurred, I recognized this was a deep dying of sorts, but I wasn't aware of the force that was being activated in my life. I wasn't aware of the force that from 10 years ago up till now has been humbling me and bringing me to my knees over and over again until it pierced through the illusions that I still had. I frequently had dreams, especially in the beginning when Shakti started awakening in me, that in my dreams there was this unseen force. I was standing very proudly in my dreams. I was standing straight, and this force was making me bow, and I didn't want to bow in my dream, but I couldn't win this. So eventually in every dream I ended up completely bowing with my head faced towards the ground on my knees, and that should have already been a very clear message of what was happening to me indeed. When I look back at my first Kundalini awakening 10 years ago, I can say it was a true blessing. Back then, I didn't see it at all like that, because I was still very much identified with society, with my ambitions, with numerous things. And for the people who already followed me for quite some time know that the past years have been a very radical purification in my life. I was never meant to tread this earth from separateness. Um, I was never tread the world in the illusion of being the wave. I was meant to tread this world from source, from singularity. So the past 10 years have been horrendous. It has been um, a battle for the ego, because my ego was very strong. Every time Source, God, Shakti humbled me, there still was my ego ready to dust itself off and didn't understand what was happening for some years, because I wanted to get back on the horse. What I mean is getting back on the horse is being this separate entity, this separate individual, making her own plans and her own story about how life should unfold for her, how life, what it should include, and what she wanted. Um, but a year ago, the beginning of 2025, my second big Kundalini push happened, and this completely broke the wave of identity. Um, it sounds, I don't know how it sounds, I'm not going to fill that in for you, but what it brought me is complete surrender. There is no part of me that wants to fight this anymore. Shakti has done a good job. she she was the Divine Mother was disciplined with me. She parented me very well. She was strict with me, and she kept um, cleaning me like a little baby. She didn't let me go, and sometimes I wanted her away so badly, because it's breaking the identity. I know a lot of you guys understand this very deeply when I say is a path of deep pain and suffering, because it pierces through every single illusion that you hold on to. It pierces through every single story, every single identification that is not source, that doesn't contain the divine, vast, deep ocean. In the beginning of my path, I often asked myself the question, why? Why me? Why now? But that in the end has always been the mind trying to wanting to grasp, wanting to take control of the deep spiritual initiation that was upon me. I don't ask myself the question why anymore. I learned within time to surrender to her more and more, unconditionally, without questioning her wisdom, without questioning her ways. And therefore, she emanates more strongly and strongly and strongly within me, within this vessel that I am. I cannot even talk so much about me anymore because there is very little left of it. I'm not saying it all is burned away. There is still some refinement that she is most definitely going to be manifesting inside of me. But there is little left of me. Um, I must say it makes life more vibrant. It makes life alive. That's, I think, the best way I can put it. Because there is very little veil. The veil, not veal. It's meat, I think. Yeah. There is very little veil around me that distorts life as it truly is. And life as it truly is very alive. I cannot say it anything different. It's very alive. I am content and happy with for most people, simple things, the wind, the smell of certain things like nature or the ground. Now it started slowly starting to become spring here, and today is a very sunny day, and you can smell the ground becoming alive, and it really makes me joyous. Being makes me joyous. Being. If you, some people ask me like, what do you do all day, or what is, and what my most joyous activity is being. Just being. I can easily sit for 1, 2, 3 hours without doingness, just enjoying beingness. 10 years ago, that wasn't at all where I was at. I was in this rat race, wanting to be recognized, wanting to tick the boxes of society, wanting to be acknowledged. There was a lot of wanting to fill up the voids that this separate wave needed needed to feel full, and of course there is can never be a fullness of sorts. The only real fullness will occur when the wave breaks and merges with the ocean. That is where true bliss resides. A few weeks ago, Shakti pushed through towards my third eye and crown chakra, and since that happened, I experienced bounds of blissfulness that are beyond anything I could ever experience as a separate identity. It doesn't even come close. This interconnectedness with all that is, when you awaken to that, when you pierce the veil of illusions and come back home, you understand that there is nothing, and I mean really nothing, outside of beingness that gives you true joy, true belonging, true purpose. And as always, I love for you guys to connect with me and share if this experience of my awakening resonates with you. If it's, or if you have any questions, I will also be happy to answer them. It's always a joy to meet kindred souls who also merge or start merging with the deep, vast ocean of the Divine Mother. Much love.